What is going on? Welcome to Rue's Reviews. I am Rue, aka the Culture Black Kid. Almost forgot what I was going to say. Here's my co-host.
I know my name. It's Ifoma, aka Iffy.
And today we are reviewing the latest Tate Mcrae album, So Close to What. This is the third studio album from the Canadian pop singer, songwriter, following their last release, Think Later, which released in 2023. They did end up adding like a bonus track like a couple days ago that I did not notice called Siren Sounds after the release, which then moved another song further in the release. So, it seems like there's been kind of a deluxe that's already been added. But regardless, it was one track. It doesn't really affect much of what's going on. And basically, this is the biggest release of the week, I'd say. So, you consider the big landscape of music. So, got to talk about it. Got to yap about it. Let's get into some overall thoughts. Iffy.
I thought this was a solid R&B project.
R&B.
This is R&B to me.
This is R&B?
What do you think
this is pop.
Really?
Yes, this is 2000s pop.
See, I thought this was like 2000s R&B.
No.
Okay, not... I get it.
In regards to what? Okay, continue. Cool.
No,
I'm gonna let you cook.
We'll get into that. Because, okay, you know what? I will change it to R&B pop because I do...
Okay.
No, genuinely. Okay, because I actually was like...
Okay.
R&B? Okay.
Yeah.
Solid R&B and pop project.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing production. Really cool album that she's cultivated. And she perfectly hits the vibe that she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really good. I do think it gets a bit repetitive as it goes on. But overall, not mad at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said it was cool.
Yeah.
It was simple pop.
Yeah.
Digestible, radio friendly.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. I thought there was a couple fun moments on there, but it wasn't that, the script and, in the bigger landscape of it is like, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's fine.
It's a project.
It's music.
It's music.
See, these are the things that makes me worry when, if and when, bigger artists start seeing us. I'm like, no, I don't want to feel like I'm... Oh. Anyway,
okay. Music group is never talking to us.
Yeah, no, goodness. All right. Let's get into some pros about this project.
Would you like me to start?
Yes, please.
Okay. As I said, amazing production. And she's a huge artist. If that lacked in any way, I'd side eye heavily. That should not be something that should be on the table. But yeah, amazing production. Consistency, great. She had the vibe that she wanted. She did it. I think great length. I think that was the main.
45 minutes?
Yeah, 40. For me, when you're releasing an album and you're this big of an artist, 45 minutes is pretty solid. Not an hour, not 30, right in the middle. Pretty good. And I think it's just genuinely a solid album for, the kind of artist she is and what she was trying to do. And I have to say, this is actually my first time diving into the world of Tate Mcrae. And I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm not mad at it. I always thought she was kind of gimmicky.
Okay.
But that comes with a lot of prejudice, I can't lie. And I still want to jump to listen, but she's changed my mind on, the kind of stuff that she can provide as an artist. Not mad, I loved... What songs did I really like on that one? Two Hands. I really loved that one. I think it was a good track. And I thought it sampled Slide by Frank Ocean and Calvin Harris. I thought it did, but then I referenced it. I checked. It didn't.
No.
So then I was like, I think she just took a lot of inspiration from that. And please listen back to Slide and listen back to Two Hands and you'll kind of see what I mean.
For sure.
A few other songs that I liked for the Sonics. Also, the Flo Milli feature, Ate Up, that song on Blood on My Hands. It was so short, it was sweet, but Flo Milli's going to do it for me every single time. But yeah, it was a good project.
Yeah.
So for what it was solid.
Yeah. No, I mean, you pretty much touch on basically majority of what I said here. I said simple pop tunes, digestible, radio friendly. Like I said, Flo Milli had such a fun feature on Blood with My Hands. I can see a Drake remix of that track as well.
Heavy.
That would, be even bigger.
Yeah.
I think, the two Canadian
Yeah.
collab would go off. But, also if you want to take, because it had like that bounce type thing, if you want to add like a Lil Wayne maybe instead, that could be also fun. But yeah, Flo had a fun feature on that. Honestly, she was probably the biggest standout on that song, because I don't really remember much of Tate's part.
I don't at all.
I think my favorite songs, I don't mind Two Hands. I like that as one of the singles. And when I've played it on radio, I've been like, okay, yeah, it's cool.
Not bad.
I like the topic of Purple Lace Bra.
I think
that's
one
really
too.
interesting. I think the hook is kind of catchy.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite.
Do you listen to Addison Rae much?
Only for radio.
See, I thought she sounded a lot like Addison Rae.
Right.
I was like, damn, okay. And I like Addison. I like Addison Rae stuff. So I was like, I'm not mad at this. So also like that song.
Yeah. No, for sure. But yeah, I think that's like my main pros. Again, this is also my first time properly diving into the world of Tate McRae. Unfortunately, my, preconceived notions have been tainted by my, liking of Fantano's content, because he gave Think Later a not good. And it wasn't until a couple days ago that I actually finally listened to the project, which I kind of also agree with that take. It's not that great of a project. But it is, I was listening to this project a couple times, and one, you did touch on length, where I'm like, if it was really much of a struggle, it didn't feel like a struggle. It, like, that 45 minutes would have felt like forever. But I was listening, I'm like, it actually didn't go as long as what I was, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Right? I was like, because I don't know, as I said, first time listening, I had my biases or my, prejudged thoughts, and I was a bit like, oh, am I ready to do this?
Yeah.
But it went fast. I was like, okay,
yeah,
I'm not mad at it.
No, for sure. For sure. So, yeah, like, yeah, I guess I'll get into more of those comments at the end. But, yeah, I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad at it. But, yes, we kind of touched on it a little bit throughout, maybe not through our pros, but, here and there. Let's get into some cons on this album. Yeah, Iffy, what you got for me?
Well, as I said, I had one major one, and it obviously goes hand in hand with that consistency throughout the album, but, like, it gets so repetitive for me. It got to a point, like, I think, like, maybe, like, the third last song, that's when I was, like, counting the minutes. I was like, I think at a point, I could tell you what the next song was going to sound like. Yeah. I could tell you what it was going to sound like. And then it, like, obviously that first listen went as a breeze, but then the second and the third, I was like,
you're like,
it got to a point where I was like, it just became undigestible for me to a point. I was like, okay, like, I've had enough. That was my main con, just because, like, I don't know, like, as I said, like, I don't really, Tate McRae, not my cup of tea personally, but that was the main thing. I was like, girl, wrap it up. You've said what you wanted to say. Wrap it up.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, like, I wouldn't say that I got to parts where I was like, whew. All right, let's get to the end. However, there was a number of parts on pretty much majority of my listens, apart from the one where I literally just sat there and forced myself to, like, write, like, I had to write things, so I had to be like, okay, I'm locked in. But any other time I chucked it on, in the process of writing this, like, there was at least a good, like, 5-10 minute period where I blacked out, and I was like, oh wait, where are we at?
Like,
where are we at in the track list? And it was usually past the Kid Laroi track.
Yeah.
That second half, it definitely is a top heavy a project. Which, speaking of that Kid Laroi feature, it was not my favorite Kid Laroi feature,
and I
unfortunately.
Also said that too. Like, I also don't really listen to Kid Laroi, but, like, I was like, okay, first impressions, not first, but, like, impressions aren't too good on this one. I'm so sorry. Like, y'all supposed to be like a couple. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like,
no, for sure.
That was one of the songs I was like, that was where it started. I was like, wrap it up. Okay, like enough. I've heard it. It's good. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, yeah. I know Love with Kid Leroy. Yeah, definitely multiple listens where I was like, oh, that song passed? I didn't even hear him. Like, where was he? But the Flo Milli one
That
kicks
one,
straight in.
no.
You know that she's there.
Yeah.
She makes her presence known.
Yeah.
And then It's Okay, I'm Okay. I'm not that crazy on the hook.
Mm.
I think it's kind of corny. Which is funny because, that, and I think X's was like the big single on the
Yeah.
last one. But both of those choruses, I'm like, no,
Like,
I'm not.
For me, it was too on the nose.
Yeah.
It was really on the nose, and I was like, and because they were singles, I had already, like, TikTok had rinsed them, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I know, like, it's okay, you're okay, I know, baby,
Yeah.
it's okay, it's okay.
It's okay. But yeah, I just think in the grand scheme of the project, it just wasn't very descriptive. It just wasn't very, a lot of things didn't really stand out. Yeah, I don't think it was, again, I mean, I guess it will go into our overall ratings, but, it's fine, but it's like, anyway, I'm yapping. I'm blabbering about. Let's get into our final ratings. So the rating system, if you are uninitiated, is I am here for this. It depends on the day whether I'm here for this or not. Or are you feeling iffy about it? Iffy. What is your overall rating?
Ooh, I'm feeling iffy.
You're feeling iffy. Okay.
I'm feeling iffy. Like, my decision actually really fluctuated a lot, as I was going through the album and the listens. And first off, I actually started with I'm feeling iffy. But that was because, once again, of my prejudice. And then, as I got into it, I was like, 180. Hold on. It wasn't like, I'm here for this, but it was a solid, it depends on the day. Like, I could see myself, like, kind of maybe, like, listening to 1 or 2 tracks. And then at the end, like, it just slowed down for me. And I was like, I was back there to feeling iffy.
Yeah.
And, like, I still want to say, like, for what it is such a solid album. But I just would not go run to listen to this. Like, she's not an artist that I, typically have on rotation. She does pop exceptionally. She does it well. But
Exceptionally?
She does it well.
Compared to Sabrina Carpenter?
Oh, Sabrina Carpenter is... Okay, sorry. She does music. She makes music. She sings. But, yeah, like, I feel like I'm patiently waiting, and unfortunately, I feel like I'm going to keep patiently waiting for a while for her to kind of do something within, her genre or her discography that changes that game. I feel like she's playing it very, like, what's the word? Like, she's...
Safe?
Very safe.
Yeah.
Very, very safe.
Yeah.
So, feeling iffy.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. For me, it depends on the day. Whether I'm here for this or not. And I think it's just because, like, again, I'm not running to listen to this. Definitely not. However, if someone chucked it on, not chucked on it. Only Aussies would get that. If someone chucked it on, I'm not going to get mad, to be honest. If it comes on my playlists for radio, I'm not going to be like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. But I'm not running to this. But at the same time, I am, based on this, I'm curious to hear what the next one is. Because I'm curious to hear, the development.
Yeah.
If there is any development.
Yeah.
Of her, persona, on mic persona. And yeah, I think that's why I lean more towards depends rather than iffy, because I really don't want to be like, I hate this.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
The thing is, I don't hate it, but I'm just like, I'm just set. Like, I'm feeling iffy. Wouldn't run to it. I'm giving it one more chance. Next project better be blown out the park, baby girl. Then we can't go back.
No, for sure. But yeah, let us know what you think. Are you here for this? Is this not really for you? Let us know. Tate Mcrae, So Close to What? That is the review. This is Bruce Reviews. I am Brew, aka the Culture Black Kid, here with
Informer, aka Iffy.
And we'll catch you next time. Peace.